Welcome to ExoNews TV. I'm Michael Salla. William Tompkins worked for US Navy intelligence during the Second World War. He participated in top-secret debriefings of Navy spies embedded within the Nazis' most advanced aeronautical projects. Tompkins' job was to disseminate a summary of the debriefings to different US aviation companies and think tanks in order to help them better study and evaluate the many aeronautical projects underway in Germany. In his autobiography, Selected by Extraterrestrials, Tomkins has provided documents supporting his remarkable claims, including a copy of his mission orders that verified that he was indeed tasked to act as a disseminator of aircraft research and information. Tomkins also provided in his book copies of passes to enter and leave the Naval Air Station in San Diego with multiple packages. This substantiates his claims that he was carrying intelligence briefing packets to select US corporations and think tanks. The Navy spies revealed many astonishing facts to Tomkins and his superiors about the aerospace technologies being developed in Nazi Germany. Among the most remarkable is the Nazis were receiving assistance from an extraterrestrial race described as Reptilians, who were acting as consultants in various German aerospace projects. In an exclusive interview with ExoNews TV conducted in San Diego on February 25th, Tomkins for the first time revealed publicly the role of reptilian extraterrestrials in Nazi projects. The following interview extract features Tomkins answering questions from Dr. Robert Wood and myself.
The fact that the Germans were given this information from the reptilians, set up the program, they signed a program to support Germany, and they're giving Germany UFOs.
Was that alleged fact in any of the briefings that you delivered?
Yes.
It was?
Yes.
Did the Navy spies, for example, how did they know that there was a reptilian extraterrestrial species helping the Germans?
Say that again, I want to hear it.
How did the Navy spies learn about reptilian extraterrestrials helping the Nazis? Did they see reptilians, or did they read briefing documents? Or did they just hear kind of chatter amongst German scientists about reptilians? How did they learn about that?
Okay.
Good question.
The SS had many separate classified meetings, get-togethers, whatever. And they formed an organization, a little bit like signing this thing over here when we first started talking. Rough, okay? And the SS then interprets this into a whole series of different programs. And this then is disseminated through their specific military communication, whether it's a major effort or something that's just off on the side. All of this is documented, put together. And now, in addition to that, they had, if you want to call them, consultants who are reptilian consultants, assisting all of these different things that it takes to design and build these spacecraft carriers and propulsion systems. So this is a extremely well-developed program and documented like crazy. And getting copies of the document was hard for them, but for our spies. But this was an open program in the upper level of the SS.
But it was compartmentalized too.
Yeah, it's completely compartmentalized, but it was well known there. People who had to do the work had no knowledge at all of what it was for. It's that they had to go do it. And so I guess it's a little bit like a company manufacturing who has the engineers do their effort, and then supplies are gained. You get all the supplies to build it, and then you have people build it. Only the very tip of the top have the knowledge of what this thing is even for. And so that guy is working with a reptilian. His group is working with reptilians. They are doing, they're making sure that the engineering is engineered in a way to accomplish this thrust effort or this propulsion system.
So the Navy spies reported back on what they had seen or whatever documents they had retrieved, and that this was the conclusion that agreements had been reached with reptilians, and that reptilians were acting as consultants in some of the Nazi SS compartmentalized programs.
Well, even more than that, one of the packages that I got had a statement type thing that was, I don't know how he got a hold of it, but it was not the original agreement between the two countries, or the extraterrestrials and Germany, but it alluded to this. And but you don't have many of those around. But there was this tremendous program which the operatives got into, where there were university-type facilities where hundreds of thousands of even Russian girls were brought in to these facilities, and the certain groups of the troops would get them pregnant, and this program was then to come out with massive numbers. The reason I'm saying this is because it takes a long time to have a baby, and so you're not planning to win the war next week. But that part of their program was set up and structured to parallel a reptilian Navy battle group program to go to other stars' planets and do the same thing that Germany was going to do to Europe and then this planet, which is, in other words, it wasn't just taking over the United States and killing some Jewish people and then getting the rest.
Doing it throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, holy catch, the thing was way beyond that. Again, what we've just said about this was the tip of the iceberg of what they were doing. And already reptilians doing it to other stars, planets, all over this area of the galaxy. I mean, these young kids, the operatives, they couldn't believe half of what they brought back of what was going on. But some of them were really good people, and they know how to get into places and listen to what's going on. And finding from that guy that he talked to, or he heard, and going to so-and-so, because yes, they were doing that over there. And he goes over to 2 countries away from a occupied country with a facility, a massive thing going on another part of it. They were even building boilerplate steel UFOs, 200 foot, 250 foot, boilerplate steel, which is insane. But that group took the information that was given to them. They didn't even figure out it should be steel. Should not be steel. And but the propulsion unit floated up just like it was feather. And so their learning curve showed that you can do these things all over using totally different standard mathematical or standard technical terms of the way you normally do it. And so thousands and thousands of different engineering groups were working different aspects of all of this. So just one second. Some of them had the vehicles. Others, they gave them the vehicle to reverse engineer. And so that they could become familiar with everything from the inside out. And so that different people, different organizations could handle this in different manners. I mean, it was a massive program. And the mission was to take over the planet, kill off all the ones that are a problem, the rest of them make slaves out of them. Everybody on your planet. Then, second phase was to leave the planet with large squadrons of UFOs after you've got them all built, and do the same thing to other stars, planets. That's the German one. Now,
in the next episode of ExoNews TV, we will hear from William Tompkins how the Nazis developed flying saucer technologies that operated out of secret bases in Antarctica that were capable of traveling to the moon, other planets, and even distant star systems.